Squad? It's your girl Kinata M coming at you with another video. So let's get into it. Today's video is gonna be about, you read that title. This is a long story, so I don't want to put all of it in one video. But this will probably have two to three parts of the story time. It's gonna be my baby daddy. It's a guy that starts with an S. His name, his name gonna be S in the story, and it's a girl that starts with S in the story. Her name is gonna be C because her name is S.I. something, but I'm not gonna tell you what her name is. It's gonna be three people. The first part is gonna be about probably how I met he was my manager. So how I met my manager S. Okay, what was the situation going on with that, and then the second part is gonna be about suspected, the situation that's about to go down, how that situation started, and what happened, and what progressed it. I think it's just gonna be two parts. But before we get into the video, the name of this title, What Made Me Fight on the Clock, right? We gonna get in. I was gonna spill some stuff, but we gonna get into it. We gonna get into it. But first I wanted to address, if you was wondering, I know I've been gone. I'm probably gonna be posting like once a week. Currently, I'm gonna try to guarantee at least one video a week. It might be more, and you know what I'm saying? And this is scheduled to change, a little bit sooner in the future. But for right now, I just wanted to go ahead and let y'all know that. And if you're wondering, my hair is the same hair that I got from the vendor. It's been holding me up, you know what I'm saying? I had it over a month. That's good. I just gotta do a few more tests. I wanna try to straighten it and see if it will revert back curly, and I also wanna dye it. But I will take y'all all along with me on that before I start selling it. Let's get into the video. So since this is gonna be part one, this is gonna be how I met S, which is the manager that is involved in the confrontation. He's gonna be involved in the confrontation of this video. Background story of this, it's also gonna be a person to start with a D, and I'm gonna call him D. At this time, I was talking to D, and I was hearing a lot of things that D, we wasn't going to the same school. This boy was younger than me. This is the same boy that in the video that I said I lost my virginity to. But I hear, that maybe he was talking to other people. He was talking to other girls. And I just was like, already done with it. I went and started Taco Bell. And it was my first day. So I went over there to do the onboard and computer training. And S, which is the manager at Taco Bell, but I didn't know it at the time, he came over there to me. He was like, hey, how you doing? He was just introduce himself, making small talk and everything like that. And I was like, I'm doing fine, everything like that. And he just asked me about myself and stuff like that, and I didn't think nothing of it, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, okay, I'm just starting, he's just trying to be nice, whatever. Then I come to find out he's a manager. I'm like, okay, he's a manager, cool. So time progressed on while I'm working at Taco Bell, and I'm still with D, but he was like, flirting, trying to talk to me and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling him a little bit, but then I was like, cause I was already upset with D, cause I was thinking like, he doing this, he doing that, but necessarily I didn't have no proof, so I shouldn't have really went off of that. But I was young, I was naive at the time, and it is what it was. I'm like, okay, cool. Me and D already got an argument. D was trying to, make it work, get it back together, because we was going through our own problems and stuff like that. And he had came over one day. He came over to, the place I was renting out at the time. I was renting a room from the place. And he had came over, and we was cooking and stuff. And I was cooking chicken potatoes. And I remember it like it was yesterday. I know it's crazy. And S had called, and I answered it, and he was still there, cause D was there, and we was like I said, we was on pretty bad terms, but we was still talking, but we was on bad terms. And he came over, he was trying to mend it, trying to fix stuff and everything. And I'm talking to S. I don't remember exactly what the conversation was, but you could tell he was talking, and it was sort of kind of. He was sort of kind of flirting. I guess I was going along with it or something like that, because I remember D was upset. And then I was like, he asked about something, and he was like, what I was doing. I was like, I'm cooking. and I had some leftovers. And he was like, "What are you cooking?" I told him about cooking. He was like, "Oh dang, that sounds good." And I was like, I think I said, "Do you want some?" or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, I know I shouldn't have said that, y'all. I know that was wrong on my part, but like I said, I was already upset and I was just ready to be done with the whole relationship with D. To be honest, I was just trying to see what he was gonna do, but in my back of my mind, I was just like, I'm not, I'm not trying to do this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really believe you, even though I didn't have no proof, which I shouldn't have did that. I should have waited till I had some proof or something, because I still to today don't know, that couldn't have been true. That, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. But at the time, and then he was mad, he was talking about it. Then I was like, well, it's my friend, and he cool or whatever. And I just like, that was just a long, pretty much situation. I'm like, we not, but he just cool, whatever. But we're not together. I'm not trying to be with him, because during that time I wasn't trying to be with him, S at the time, but I was still low-key feeling him, because my feelings for D had kind of evaporated for the most part, because he didn't hurt me to the point where I'm just like, okay. Moving along, he is in his feelings at this point, and he's still at the house. He still stayed over. He still stayed the night, and I'm like, okay, cool. But I still was like, I wasn't feeling him, and he could tell because my vibes was dry at the point. But he was trying. I will give him that. I'm like, okay. I forgot how long it was, but a little while after, like S was continuously flirting at work and trying to, so I forgot how it happened. But anyways, it ended up happening where we scheduled to meet up. And technically, I was still, I guess you could say I was with D, because we was like rocky, and I was just trying to push him away, but he wasn't trying to go. And then I was just like, okay, I guess I'll see, but my mind wasn't really there, and I was like already telling him like, I don't know, but I was like, whatever. So I know I still shouldn't have went, but I was young and I did. But anyway, so let's roll over to it. So yeah, so we playing. He was like, I was like, I don't know, because I told him I'm still talking to somebody, even though we're going through stuff right now. He did this, he did that, but I don't really, I was thinking I really want to, work it out, but he insisting, he trying, he doing this, that, convinced me. I ended up getting a cab over there. I think he paid for the cab, or I paid for the cab, I don't remember. But anyway, that's not important. So I went over there and I snuck in the back door, which it really didn't have to sneak, because it was like already a back door. It was like he was at his grandma's at the time, and so we went through the back door or whatever, and we was talking, we was chopping it up, and I was just really feeling him at this time. I was just like, dang, like, it's crazy. And I didn't think nothing really was gonna happen like that, to be honest. I was prepared for anything. We there, we talking, and we not trying to get to know each other, and he trying to do extracurricular stuff. And I'm like, no, I don't know. I said, I'm still technically talking to somebody, even though I try to break it off with him, but he really not having it. He really trying to, try. So I was like, I was going to see, what happens, but I'm not really sure. But I kind of want to dismiss that first before I get into something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really trying to jump in a relationship and all this other type of stuff right now. And he was like, he understand. He not really trying to do that either, but he was like, it's okay, he was just trying to convince me. He was just saying, it's okay. You don't got to worry about that. You don't need that. Just stuff like that. I was like, I don't know. I just kept saying, I don't know. We ended up kissing or something. Something happened somehow. I just remember being up kissing, because I told D this. I was like, the guy I was talking to on the phone. Yeah, he ended up trying to, he was flirting more and everything. We was talking. We still not in a relationship, but I ended up going over there. We ended up kissing. I told him that. And before he could even say something, I was like, yeah, and I don't think I want this, I don't really want this. I told you this prior, but I was gonna try, but I was like, yeah, I don't think I could do it, because my heart is not really there. My heart's not there no more. And he was hurt, obviously. I was like one of his first loves. that he fell for again real hard, because I know he said it was another girl or something and she moved and that really tore him down. But then he felt like that again for me, and I was scared because he was like kind of suicidal. He went through a lot in his life. He was like a very you know, it went through a lot of stuff. He was a very, I would say, depressed child. It's just a lot of stuff, but I'm not about to spill his business out there like that, and his stuff and everything that he had to go through, because I didn't ask him could I do that, and I feel like that would be wrong. And the crazy thing is, I shouldn't have even did that. I should have probably gave him a chance, because he was way better. Much that stuff that was said, I don't even think it was true, which is crazy. And pretty much, you know how people try to break you up, and pretty much the guy that we're going to be continuing to talk about in part 2 in this story was definitely not worth it at all. At all. Yeah. So that's the end of this video, though. This is just the background story. This is part 1 on how I met S, which is going to be involved in conflict in the next story time. And it will also introduce C, which is for SI, because her name starts with S. So it will also introduce C. Well, the second story will introduce also my baby daddy, because pretty much, well, you'll see what happens in that situation, but it'll introduce my baby daddy into the story, as well as how it'll briefly introduce how I met him. But that's the end of this story, guys. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to smack that subscribe button and join the Royal Squad. And that's it for today's video. Stay tuned for part 2. It should probably be out by next week if I don't post it before that, because I'm probably going to go ahead and film part 2 so I won't forget. But bye, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.